Once again, time for another Raid Shadow Legends video, and today we are here on, well, we're on the beginner's grind account. Again, we've been on the other account for a couple videos now, so today we are back here. We are going to be building something to help us with the next piece of content that we have to clear. And most of the content, I mean, campaign we don't really have an issue with. Faction Wars, we're going to be building stuff that's going to help in Faction Wars. That's not going to be one unit specifically that's going to be amazing for Faction Wars and clear everything for us because, well, that's Faction Wars. Arena, we're doing okay. Clan bosses, we're doing, yeah, Hydra, we just built the Krisk. And that's actually helped out in Hydra. But we can actually build some more stuff in Hydra, so we got to think about that. Doom Tower, there's a lot of different things that could. Well, I suppose it's we're okay in Doom Tower. We might build something in the next couple videos for Doom Tower. Curse City, there's a bunch of different things in Curse City that we're gonna need here and there based on different factions and things like that that are accessible. But in terms of the dungeons, for the most part, all of these are, all the different keeps for the different affinities are cleared. Iron Twins, level 15 is cleared. Minotaur, 25 is cleared. Ice Golem, same thing. Event Dungeons going away in 5 weeks. That's actually longer than it feels like it's, the event dungeons are here forever. That's probably a good thing. Spider's Den, 25, we're done with. Dragon's Lair, Fire Knight, all of these things we're done with. At least 25. We're not clearing like the max level of hard, but some things need very specific units for clearing the max level, or a very specific couple units. The long way of getting to what I'm trying to say, we haven't done Sand Devil and Phantom Shogun too much yet, though. So what do we have going on here? We have only cleared 14. We have a long way to go. Phantom Shogun, kind of the same situation. We are only at 15. Haven't cleared anything after that. So today, well, today and also in the next couple, the next week or two, I suppose, we're going to be focusing a little bit more on Phantom Shogun and Sand Devil's Necropolis. So let's see what we have. 39 seconds for stage 15. What was our, oh, all damage. Got it. That was our team for that. Let's see what we can do in 16. We're going to build a unit for, I already put it in the thumbnail. I know I did. Oh my goodness. We're going to build a unit for Phantom Shogun to try to clear higher levels of this dungeon. So let's see how we do now. And then, did I say in the last video where we were playing around in Phantom Shogun, like, oh, I'm going to do more of this and see how far we go? I probably did. And then I probably didn't see how far we can go. But, yeah, we should be able to climb with some of the units here. I think it was this one. I think it was this unit, the showcase of her. But we're going to see how far we can climb with a new unit that we're going to build today. And hopefully we're going to be able to use him in some other stuff like, I don't think we have the faction crypts for it, or the Doom Chat. Wow, okay. This worked just fine. Eventually, we're going to hit some resistance. Just bring a bunch of damage dealers. That's the trick to Phantom Shogun. Just bring a bunch of damage. What do we have here? Oh, thank you very much. Anyway, the long way of getting around to what we're trying to do today, because it's already been several minutes, we have... Oh my god, I already don't know where it is. That's okay, guys. We'll eventually find it. Here we go. Duedan the Runic. So this is a unit that also can be good in Phantom Shogun's Grove. Let's take a look at the skills. Let's see. We are nowhere near having him built, but we will have him built in just a second. We've got the first skill attack, one enemy, 50% chance of removing one random debuff from all allies, goes up to 60% chance, which is kind of interesting for a first skill. We have the skill 2, attacks all enemies, place a shield on all allies for 2 turns, equal to 15% of this champion's max HP, increase duration of all buffs on all allies by 1 turn. So we want to build him with high HP. Okay, not bad. We understand. Also, he's an HP tank, HP type unit. So, of course, that kind of gives us a little hint there. Place a taunt buff on this champion for 1 turn. Also, place a 25% strengthen and counterattack on this champion for 2 turns. And then we counterattack with skill 1. Very nice. And then we have the defense aura. And I don't think we have any blessings for him, do we? I knew that was coming up. Let's ascend him. Let's build him. And we will see how he does. Here is the promo, and we'll be back, and we will test him out in that and wherever else we can stick him. Calling all new players, Raid wants you to join the Raid Army. They want you so bad they're going to give you a free legendary champion in your inbox as soon as you start playing. And 3 more epics right in your inbox at levels 10, 20, and 30. All free for you just by scanning the QR code on the screen or the link in the description or the pinned comment. In addition to all of that, you can use one of these promo codes on the screen in the first 24 hours to get another free legendary of your choice. And some of these units are absolutely amazing. And whether you're a new player or already playing Raid Shadow Legends, you can use one of these promo codes for extra daily resources and rewards. Don't delay, download Raid Shadow Legends today. We're back, fully 6-starred, fully geared. Let's see, well, I mean, not everything is plus 16. We have 2 of these plus 6, 3 of these plus 16, but we tried to go for fast and tanky, speed, HP, and just some more tankiness on there. So it is at 70,000 HP, 200 speed, 2,800 defense. Not amazing by any stretch of the imagination, but also some of these are, we got 5 stars, we got things that are not maxed. So we'll get better gear as we go. We have the Rod of Blasphemy for the extra HP and 2% less damage if under any debuffs. All of these skills are skilled up. We have no Blessing, which is going to be potentially an issue for Phantom Shogun, because that's kind of like one of the biggest mechanics is having things actually awakened. So we have no, we should get the masteries. We should get the masteries. I forgot that we didn't do the masteries. So let's actually bring this in and let's see how it does. We're here on stage 18. I already know what's going to happen in this, but we are going to do this on camera and pretend we don't already know what's going to happen. We have Duedan in here. Let's see how this goes. We are only switching that out. Okay, so we take quite a lot of damage actually on the Dithey. Okay, attack up. No defense break, and we get he's already dead. Okay. We got 2 taunts on there. We got 1 taunt on one unit, 1 taunt on another unit. Which kind of defeats the purpose of having the taunts a little bit. Just a little bit. Okay. Michelangelo's taking some damage. We don't have a crazy amount of sustain, and we're already down to 2 units. So this is already going to be a, unless Geomancer can do, yeah, okay, this is already going to be a fail. Let's see what happens. We got the 36 stacks on the counter. So 43. So let's see what we can do to not have that happen. So the first thing we can do is take out some of the damage for some more sustain. We will take this out, and we will, because the boss likes to hit him first, and we will put in the, let's put in the Donatello actually. And then we can also, I do like the accuracy in there, because I never trust the amount of accuracy that we actually have on the units. And 70 is nice. This one has 40, so we're definitely going to use the 70 over the 40. Now we do have to pay attention to how many awakenings we have on our units, because anytime we hit with awakened units, they're going to decrease the shade counter. So let's go and do this. Let's see. We can also switch out some other stuff, and we will see how we do. All right, he's hitting all the I mean, of course he's hitting the squishies, but there's the burn. There's the defense breaks, although we can potentially cleanse those. Well, I was going to say we could potentially cleanse them with the Duedan, but I forgot about the Donatello. So yeah, we got a lot of cleanse opportunity. So take a look at the counter is at 0 right now, because we're hitting with awakened units, so it's at 7. Doesn't get decreased there. Gets decreased there because we have high awakenings on Geomancer. So let's see. Some more burns. Although the 2 burn units doesn't make sense. Because we're using Geomancer because Geomancer's got the really nice burn, but we're also using Chainy, which is a second burn. Chainy, which is a secondary burn unit. Kind of fights against itself. Shade counter is at 11. It is down to 0 because we hit with Geomancer and he is awakened. So that's one of the biggest things for this. I actually thought this was going to fail, and then it was going to show like, okay, and this is how we fix it the next time. But Donatello's just so strong that he made this work, even though I thought this one was going to fail, and I thought I was going to have to swap in a different thing. But this wound up working. So let's go to the next one and let's see if we can have the same kind of success with this. The higher we go, the more potentially of an issue this is going to be. All right, so we need a lot of stuff to get cleansed. There we go. Lovely. Although the taunt is not on Duedan anymore. You gotta be very careful with what we, the shade counter is not crazy. It's at 2. So, as long as we keep hitting with awakened units, we're in a good spot. We do have to cleanse, though. Alright, we decrease some cooldowns. Yeah, so that's kind of nasty. Let's try some other teams and swap out some of the units, and that counter went up so fast. So the next thing we're going to do is swap out the Cheney for the Nekmothar, just so we can get more turns in there versus the amount of turns that he can get. So we take turn 1 already. And there we go. Get our buffs up, get the burn up, and then he takes a turn. So just to have more turns, basically, is what we're doing. And we did take out the Cheney. I don't love that we took that out. I mean, we had 2 burns in there, so it doesn't make a lot of sense to have both of those. But and she was the squishy one. But I did like the fact that she was awakened, so that we could reduce that shade counter some more, because now we may have an issue taking the shade counter down. Okay, it's down to 6, down to 5. We do have awakenings on our units, but like that's one of the big things for this dungeon is have awakened units. If you have good units but they're not awakened, you're gonna have problems. If you have less good units but they are awakened, you'll probably have less problems. Although I can't say that for everything, clearly, but that's the reason we were able to do decently with just throwing in awakened units, is that they were awakened units. So, even though we had just 5, what was it? We were using 5 damage dealers and no support. And we didn't have to worry about the counter too much. So counter is at 9. But it's really half the battle of this dungeon is managing the shade counter. So it's at 0. Beautiful. When in doubt, try to get more turns. I feel like that's just any RPG, mobile, not mobile, gotcha, not gotcha. Just when in doubt, try to get more turns. Get more turns, strengthen your team, make the enemies weaker. But yeah, we kind of went against ourselves because we have less awakenings on the team overall. But wound up just more support, more turn cycling. There we go. We're here in the Cursed City now. I don't know how much we're going to be able to actually do with him. I never know, but hopefully there's a lot of areas. There's a lot of Shadowkin. Well, Shadowkin is one of the 3 factions that we can use. We just so happen to have built a lot of Shadowkin. We could do other stuff if we bothered building that, but nah. So let's see what's the best one that we can do. I feel like the accuracy, probably. We're just going to cleave everything. He's not even going to get very many turns. I can see this based on what we have. Oh no, he's going to get the first turn because he's got the highest speed. Okay. I don't mind that. That makes sense. We should do that more often. His damage is not bad. Like he was for, campaign's not very exciting, but he can farm himself up without any problems. So there's that too. We have this stage open for him as well. So let's go this and then some CC. Why not use that? We never really, well, we do use it. I shouldn't say we never use it. Yeah. Is this going to be the fastest unit still? No. No, of course not. Why would that be the fastest unit? Oh my goodness. Over the one that's literally has a lot of speed on it. Doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Yeah, we're seeing a spotlight of everything else because the enemies aren't really moving. So. Phantom Shogun. I mean, he's built for Phantom Shogun though. We didn't do him because we wanted Curse City or Fire Knight or something else. We were like, okay, let's build something that we have that's an epic because we have the epic books. That's going to be usable in Phantom Shogun. So that was the strategy. We can also use him here, and I think he's got some value because we can cleanse some of the debuffs. So let's bring him in. Let's do Nekmothar, and we will also do. Let's do these guys. Oh, we have to do another spot. That would make sense. Let's go for this one too. Is it fair if we do that? Might not be fair. Let's not do that. You know what? Let's do this because everyone gets it from. You know, no. We can't do that because it's also a cleanser. Crap. It's also a cleanser. Let's do this then. All right, maybe this will work. Yeah, let's go. Oh, I forgot about the enemy Krisks. Just gonna make this a little bit longer, but I suppose it's not the end of the world. The beauty of Tholin actually winds up being very useful here. Yeah, Tholin, for me, I feel like he definitely was not a must build. He wasn't a must build. Ishiyama wasn't a must build. Donatello was a, oh my god, he was so much better than I really realized kind of situation. I kind of feel like maybe I should go for the rest of the... Seeing how good Michelangelo and Donatello were, maybe I want to go for the other turtles more than I realized. Like, I was going for them because I like them, but I don't know. Those turtles so far have been much better in actually seeing them perform than they were on paper. Yes, this is going to be a rough one. We do need to cleanse these debuffs, though. There's some removes, but the beautiful thing about this dungeon is this boss rather in the Doom Tower, because it's not a dungeon. The beautiful thing about this is he just keeps putting provokes on, so yeah, my goodness, this is ridiculous. It'll be another hour and a half before we actually finish this. Oh my god. Okay, that could help. Look at that. Decrease accuracy. We got some more removal of the debuffs. There we go. And then we got the leech, which means Tholin is about to actually heal himself. Just kidding. Not that much. Not that much. All right. Hey, there's some shields. Very nice. And some heals. There we go. There we go. Decrease accuracy gave us a chance. Gave us a chance. Yeah, this is not the team that I usually use in this, but I was like, yeah, we can make this work. We can make this work. We got to get that decrease accuracy back on. Because if we don't, it's going to be more painful. More painful just provokes over and over and over again. But it's fine. It's fine. Actually, for all the tiny, tiny amounts of damage that we're doing to him, he's taking a decent amount. This is probably very easily cleavable. And I'm just now realizing this. Interesting. Because his HP is not that high. He's just more annoying than anything. But if you are prepared for his annoying, then you probably cleave this much, much easier than I initially realized. Even the battery is tired of how long this battle is going on. So we have to do this dungeon anyway with this this boss level of the Doom Tower anyway. So let's go. We are going to use this for the turn cycling. We're going to use this because that's what we're taking a look at today. And then we will also bring in... Here's the question, because the mechanics here are a little bit different. So we will do big damage and the heal block as well. And then for the next one, I'm going to bring in this for... Well, we could do Omans for the CC as well. That would be nice. But we have the revive potential here. And then we will do... We could do the burn. We don't have to. Decisions. So normally we would just take in the Maus Mage, which by the way you can get from the QR code on the screen or the link in the description, because he's an amazing unit. He's going to be able to cleanse all of the poisons at the very beginning of the match. The boss will put a bunch of poisons on your team, and then you gotta figure it out. Actually, you know what? Speaking of which, we'll do this because it also has some potential for some sustain as well. Donatello is so good. He really is so good. This is gonna be a Donatello spotlight. I feel like a lot of videos are Donatello spotlights. Look at that. Finished clearing the wave by himself. not by himself. He finished clearing the wave after some other units did some initial damage to it. Malls. But you know, that's not bad for a tanky support type unit doing some damage, holding his own in the damage region. So let's see, poison. This is where we would normally have the Mausoleum Mage come in. We do have the cleanse from the Duedan. We do have the cleanse from the Donatello. So they should be able to do some cleanse. That is the whole strategy. Or not. We gotta make sure. Oh my goodness. It's getting so sketchy. This is getting so sketchy. All right, there we go. Fantastic. Yeah, the boss is healing all that up. Let's get that heal. Yeah, there we go. I was hoping we were going to be able to actually CC. So let's see how this goes. We didn't die. And usually that's a good start. Because it's really intense in the beginning, this match. This boss, so. But after that, we should be getting a lot of debuff removals between the two support units. Well, I suppose there's a lot more than 2 support units. We've got 4 support units, really, in here. They just support in different ways. So we got the turn cycling, we get the heal blocks and the damage from the Cold Heart, the turn cycling from the Nekmothar, the CC and potential revive from the Noel, support from Donatello, reduce cooldowns, and then the cleanse and the shields and the, well, he's not really provoking very much from the Duedan. All right, let's see if we can oh no, let's see if we can get some CCs here. There's some debuff removal. There's some CC, very nice. Some more cleanse, some more damage. Let's see if we... Nice, we got the heal block. Again, definitely did not want him healing back to full. But the mechanics of this are different from the spider dungeon, the normal spider dungeon, so... I'm sure most people know that, but just in case there's some newer players that are like, oh, I don't know why the things that are working in one dungeon aren't working in the other dungeon, because it's not the same mechanics. They just happen to be giant spiders. There's many giant spiders in this game. I don't know, like, anyone that has arachnophobia, I was going to say agoraphobia, anyone that has arachnophobia probably not playing Raid Shadow Legends. They look at it, they're like, I'm good. I wonder how many people... I think there's a lot of people that have arachnophobia. So fairly... I don't know. I'm from Florida. If you're from Florida or Australia, it is a very viable fear to have. It will keep you alive because there are a lot of really, really messed up spiders in those regions. Coming from Florida, I know all too well. So that is it for Duedan First Impressions. Decent unit. Not god tier, but also, I mean, you're not going to be using him in most areas of the game, but also, you know, decent enough that if you build him, you're like, okay, I could bring him in some places, and I'm sure we'll use him more in Curse City and the Doom Tower special levels, and also the faction crypts, which I just want to double check. Dark Elf Bannerlord. Oh, we also have another book there. Thank you very much. But yeah, we don't have for him just yet. So, anyway, shall we wish list? Yes, we shall. Why is he still on there? That's kind of wild, because we have a high-level soul for him. We do not need him to be in the list. That's wild. I'm going to have to go through and fix some of this stuff. All right. Whatever. And then we have, oh, 3-star at least. I don't know why I'm not gonna build him, but 3-star. There we go. I'm not doing any of these. What is it? The summon pool. Oh, this is the one. Yeah. 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 I mean, don't get me wrong. We have like half of these units though, at least. Leonardo is definitely high on the most wanted list, but. Maybe we'll do a crystal. Not now, not in this video, but maybe. We'll see. I guess I have a day and 13 hours to figure out if I want to do that or not. We did get a sacred shard from the clan boss though, so that's kind of nice. Anyway, that's it for this one. I will see you as always in the next one.